And they might want one with us building our respective.
There we go.
I think we'll save that for another photo opportunity.
2023.
I think that would be a test to see that I'm going to fit it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, kia ora koutou katoa, na mihi nui kia koutou, and welcome, Prime Minister Morrison, and welcome to all of you, including our guests from the Australian Gallery. You've just seen that we've exchanged jerseys as we look to celebrate New Zealand and Australia's successful bid to co-host the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup, which is one of the largest sporting events on the planet. And I know Pierre Morrison and I were both very actively engaged in that bid, and it's a delight to have that prospect of hosting together on the horizon. I also want to just acknowledge the significance, as we've done throughout this visit, of our ability to speak face-to-face, to be here in person, and neither of us take that for granted. And as I mentioned last night, that's not to say we haven't been in close contact. In fact, over the last 15 months or so, our contact has only increased, and that has been, I believe, certainly to New Zealand's benefit, and I'd like to think to Australia's also, as we've shared our learnings, information, and work collaboratively as we navigate COVID-19. The COVID challenge that we all face is writ large at the moment, and I did want to acknowledge the people of Victoria. And just say everyone in New Zealand is thinking of you at this time. We've had our fair share of challenges, and we understand what it's like when you reach another hurdle, but we have absolute faith it's a hurdle that you will come out the other side of, and we look forward to welcoming you back on our shores again soon. The trans-Tasman relationship, as we've said many times, is New Zealand's most important. We are family, and the pandemic has underscored that in many ways. You've seen the scenes of people being reunited, but there's also been the cooperation during COVID. The fact that we have worked as collaboratively as we could around the disrupted supply chains that we've experienced. We've seen the value of a highly integrated economies between us, and we will endeavour to continue to work together on the challenges that we face. We've had a wide-ranging discussion today across a varied agenda, which is somewhat captured by, I think, a 10-page leader's statement. So you will have seen the diversity of the agenda. We discussed everything from climate change to trade and security issues to our commitment to see the rollout of the vaccine in the Pacific, and really checking in that we, between ourselves, felt like we had the breadth of coverage to ensure that we were supporting our Pacific neighbours in that rollout. We talked about managing our borders and the work that we can do collaboratively together as we write the rulebook for that next phase and look, when it's safe to do so, to reconnect with the world. We talked about our single economic market agenda, including our work on digital trade and the circular economy, and also the opportunities that exist to see tangible outcomes for APEC. Whilst that won't be a face-to-face meeting, I have invited Pierre Morrison to join me face-to-face in New Zealand for those virtual meetings if he so chooses. We also discussed Australia's deportation policy and opportunities for people who move across the Tasman to access a pathway to citizenship, a concern and an opportunity that we've highlighted consistently for a number of years. As with any family, we will have our disagreements from time to time, but those disagreements are still undertaken in the spirit of openness and ultimately friendship. We are much bigger than our differences, and the last year has taught us that. I note, Scott, that following your visit, we have Dame Patsy Reddy, our Governor-General, visiting, and then myself in July. Very much looking forward to visiting, to be able to pick up again a number of exchanges across tourism and trade, and to demonstrating our ongoing commitment to our relationship.